Once you leave the narcissist and you start to heal, you will feel lonely and miserable. I felt this once I cut off all contact with my narcissistic mother. No relationships or friendships were working out because I was traumatized and I had much healing to do. In this video, I am going to discuss how being single and learning to love your own company is not only necessary but is the most important way to heal. The reason why remaining single and learning to enjoy your own company is so important is because you are yet to reconnect with your true self. Not who the narcissist told you you were, but the real you. You need to wake up that self-love once again within you. For this you need time and space alone. When you get out of this messy abusive dynamic, the first thing you must get used to enjoying is your own company. Your sense of self, your self-worth, your boundaries, your self-image, self-respect, everything has been damaged. When you try to enter friendships or relationships with the amount of damage that has been done to you, most likely you will only choose abusive people and dynamics for friends or relationships. I might have made it sound like you are this mangled rag doll who others will only rag on. This is not the message I am trying to convey. What I am saying is, when you undergo abuse which is silent, covert and invisible, you will be hurt in ways that the world cannot understand. People will not be able to understand for the life of them why you are finding everyday life hard or why you are finding it hard to do simple things which adults of your age find really easy to do. People will not be able to understand why you feel so disoriented and why you find it hard to manage your emotions. When you exit a toxic dynamic with a narcissist, the damage done to you will only be misunderstood by other people. You will come across as numb, spacey, out of reach, overreactive, sensitive and disoriented. It will be hard to explain to people how someone managed to damage your sense of self and how it messed up your entire character. In some cases, people will only understand that damage done to you as your own personal failing. In other cases, they will only see it as your shortcomings. In my case, most people were not able to believe that extreme evil characters such as the narcissists even exist. With this damaged sense of self and where you are confused about your own character traits, most likely you will not be able to make healthy choices in choosing friendships and relationships. You will tend to go back to the familiar, which is the narcissist or some other toxic dynamic. The narcissist has been constantly feeding you information about how you are not good enough and you have these false belief systems which you operate with. You are not in touch with your true self or your true potential. When this is the case, people are only coming in touch with you which is not really you. These are some of the reasons why I decided to remain single and not have close friendships, so that I can get a grip on myself and start to heal. If you are daughter of a narcissistic mother like me, then most probably you are operating in the understanding that abuse means love. Your nervous system, hormones, and your entire being operates in the understanding that love has to be earned and your self-worth always has to be proved to others. Because this is how you have been raised. So you will end up choosing friends and relationships where your self-worth is always up for review and the love of the other person has to be earned by jumping through the million hoops placed in front of you. You will always choose them as your people because your entire way of existence so far has been designed this way. To believe in this game, to seek approval from others. You see, you have been through years and years of programming. If raised in a narcissistic household, what you believe about yourself is not true and what you know about life is again not accurate. You will get out in the world and learn about life. Both good things and bad. Most importantly, you will learn about yourself. You will see how much you respect yourself and love yourself. The world will serve as a mirror to your experiences. While you learn about your programming and how you were lied to in so many ways, there are things you can do to make yourself feel better. Maybe you can wake up a little late in the morning and not feel like a piece of shit for doing so. Maybe you can now take time to do things which are important to you. Like reading a book, laughing silly at jokes you think are funny, paint, write poems, or just do absolutely nothing and not feel like you are such a letdown for simply enjoying life. I know my mother would absolutely hate it if I was happy. She would hate it if I was using my talents such as painting or dancing in any way. She would not allow me to have friends or engage in anything that was worthwhile. I was locked up in my room with my study books. She would send the help in my house to spy on me, to check if I was studying. Then she would come to threaten me about how she would hurt me if I did not study. This was my life till I turned 18. After narcissistic abuse, we adopt unhealthy thinking patterns and behaviors. To work through this, the first thing I did was to learn to accept what happened to me. Accept that my life and I have suffered this horrendous abuse and that I need a lot of time and therapy to heal. This will require me to spend a lot of time by myself, and I may not end up in a relationship like most adults do at my age. I was even finding it hard to keep a job in the beginning. I could feel my nervous system go into fight mode at all times, as I perceived everyone around me as threat. My work environments were constantly infested with narcissists. I understood early on that I had a lot of researching to do in order to understand how to heal my belief system, my self-image, my boundaries, and my nervous system. I understood the importance of solitude, time and space that I required. I needed this to build a sense of safety and security for myself. With time, I started to slowly enjoy my own company. There was no one to make me feel bad about myself. No one to threaten me. No one to sabotage all my life plans. No one to shred me into pieces every time I make plans to meet friends or just have a good time. I enjoyed doing the simplest of things. To do errands, to cook, to clean, and to do all this while I feel good about myself. To make mistakes, to forget, to mess up and not feel like it was the end of the whole world. At first, I would catch myself being hard on myself for the smallest of things. I caught on really early that I have to build a healthy relationship with myself. This acceptance of having to live by myself and acceptance of my time alone was how I started healing. It took me 5 years into this journey of healing to start enjoying my own company, and I am healing. This is enough for me. Now I feel grateful that I am living life on my own terms and I am not being abused or being manipulated any longer. It is not only the acceptance of me choosing to be single, but also the acceptance of the damage the abuse had done. The acceptance of how it not only damaged my past but also how it affects my present and my future. When you exit a toxic relationship, you will have to come to terms with the fact that you have to take time to heal, and your life will not look how you might have wanted it to look at your age. At my age, I wanted a family and have a lot of friends. But instead of doing all that, I am single at 34 years and have been eating dinner by myself for the past 5 years. For this to settle in, you need to practice acceptance. This is a personal journey. These are some of the things which I read out to myself every day to make acceptance an easier process. Every day I enjoy the absolute wonder of being able to be there for myself. The peace that comes from being able to do things at my own pace and my own will and not be screamed at, this I can never stop enjoying. I thank God every day for not having to walk on eggshells and keep planning my steps to keep myself safe as though my house is a war zone. I recognize the space that is now available to me to heal and be kind to myself. I spend hours researching astronomy, history, philosophy, and watch hours of Netflix without feeling like I am wasting time. I have begun enjoying life without worrying about how it will be taken away from me. I can cry when I want to cry, and I am so grateful because I was not allowed to cry in my house growing up. I appreciate not having to watch my family members being torn into pieces or myself being torn into pieces in front of them. I appreciate the silence and peace from not having anyone bully me endlessly into the night of every single day of my life. I feel like I am my own person, and I appreciate this feeling of not being robbed away or manipulated in any way. Feeling so absolutely wonderful about only having to worry about things one should worry, like health, finance, and the world at large. Not have worries in the past about being locked up against my own will or lose my rights to live a normal life for no fault of mine. What are some of the things which you are grateful for after leaving the narcissist? A list of things you are grateful for will help make your journey of acceptance easier. Creating this list of gratefulness can help you understand how much better your life is now. It can help you appreciate your time by yourself. It can help you appreciate how so much good can happen to you by you not entering that new relationship or friendship. This time by yourself will help you become your true self. Who you really are will emerge in this time. You can build yourself up this time with a healthy belief system about yourself. Your sense of self and your authentic characteristics will start to build in this time. Take time to appreciate this inner change within you. Once enough time has passed and you become healthier and happier, your life will also start to fill up with purpose, passion, and people who align with your personality. This is happening to me right now. I am living a meaningful life where I study, volunteer, work, and most importantly take care of myself. Knowing who you are and having a sense of belonging to this world is something we have to actively take action towards. I am only able to do all this because of the kindness, love, and compassion I have been able to offer to myself. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I really hope it has contributed in some way to your healing journey. Thanks for watching. Have faith, keep believing, and never give up.